Hello, my name is Pariag Travers, and welcome to the pitch for my potentially upcoming game, depending on the success of this pitch, Through the Night. The general concept of this game is based on the X-Files, without license agreement from Disney, of course. This game is a survival horror game with a perspective switching mechanic that will allow the player to swap between first and third person, much like GTA 5. The main aim of this game is to progress through a series of levels that are more like large hub areas. You'll play as a sole FBI agent, again, much like the X-File inspiration. Not knowing entirely the mission you've been sent on, this puts you and the character in similar places as you progress through the story. Unique selling points. This game, I would say, is almost entirely unique within its field. You may have similar games such as Alien Isolation, but that's basically all there is in UFO based survival horror games. There are no shortage of zombie games or your stereotypical first person flashlight based game like the Blair Witch Project, but this game is unique. It's a fresh take on the survival horror genre, bringing in elements of science fiction and government conspiracies. Its solo gameplay is you on your own, there is no one else, no team at all again. Even Alien Isolation and Alien Fireteam, you have a team with you. You also have the alien enemies. Usually this is also pretty unique as everyone's used to witches and zombies and basically zombies. There are no shortage of zombie games, but I sort of want to slip in the market with this game. As well as that, there's going to be quite heavy exploration. You're going to need to find the samples you're looking for. They will not be sitting in front of you. You'll have to use puzzle solving and exploration to really scope out the area and find it. You may even miss things on your first playthrough. You might have to go back and play it again to find incentives. This really will add to the replayability. Overall, Through the Night will offer a unique and engaging gameplay experience that will combine elements of survival horror, science fiction, and exploration. The game's dynamic environments will heighten the sense of replayability as the player's actions will change the landscape, very similar to games like modern Battlefield games. Even Fortnite has a level of that with their building mechanic. The game has a deep lore. It may even take multiple playthroughs to really grasp the story of it. This, all in all, is a story-based game. This is not your typical multiplayer shooter or hack and slash. This is story. Another unique selling feature is the immersive audio. The game is atmospheric. You will feel how dense and tight and claustrophobic the world will feel just in its audio. I feel that these unique selling points make the game stand out from every other game in this genre, offering a dynamic and immersive experience that is both challenging and rewarding for the player. Through research and obviously years of myself being included in this niche UFO fanbase, the main reason I chose this project, there is an absolute lack of products set within this really niche genre. It was fine late 90s, early 2000s, even till the X-Files got cancelled in 2016. There was a lot, very much like when Jurassic Park came out and there was an abundance of dinosaur media. There's a real gap in the market that I think we could tap into with this game, because the fan base is dedicated and willing to take on new games and media within this niche. As well as that, gamers are in love with survival horror games these days. They are making an absolute killing on Twitch and YouTube, and I feel we could tap into that. Market analysis. On the 9th of December 2022, a small indie horror game created by a YouTuber called Choo Choo Charles, that's the name of the game, was released. It released actually to very high acclaim. The series of him making YouTube was watched by millions of people. The game has 9 out of 10 stars on Steam. There's over 9,000 reviews. In the 102 days since this game was released, it has sold over 300,000 copies. This game has a solo developer, much like what I'm trying to do. So this is the perfect example for my idea. It's the perfect stepping stone to show what can be achieved by a single developer. This game is very similar to my own. It features a small hub-like level with almost considered a small open world. He does have plans for DLCs for more. It has a really deep story, you wouldn't think, but it actually is. He hid that very well. He didn't spoil it, even though he showed the making of the game on YouTube. It's got it is a it would be considered a very small indie horror game, much like my own. Other examples from the market are Sons of the Forest. Its recommended retail price was $24.99. Sold over 2 million copies in just the first 24 hours of pre-release. Then you have Subnautica, of course. It is obviously went above and beyond for indie games. Has sold 5 million copies. It is on Nintendo Switch, Xbox Series consoles, PS4, PS5, PC. It was sold for $24.99. You have Phasmophobia, a slightly older game. It usually ranges between £8 and £15. It has sold over 2 million copies since release. Then a lesser known game called Devotion, which was actually sort of in limbo for 2 years after it was created due to bans in certain countries and stuff. It's now released. It was $14.99. It sold over 1 million copies. So I see no reason why my game shouldn't do the same. Depending on the success of today's pitch, it would be realistic for this game to go into full development by myself, commencing in April 2023. Roughly, I think it'll take 2 years based on how long it took the prototype to be created. It'll take 2 year development cycle. I have full expectations that this game could be completed and released to Steam in April 2025, which is it'd be 22-month development cycle, give or take. This game would release on Steam with definitely full potentials to release on other platforms depending on success, based on customer feedback, based on testing, based on the support. Is a fan base grown from it? Has a fan base grown before the game? If the game tanks, obviously they may need to put on another platform to claw some of that money back, but if it is a success, it could be released on other platforms. Even DLC, I have included a roadmap for 2 DLCs. The DLCs will take roughly, I'd say, 2 months each to develop, which means they could release in September 2025 and December 2025. This time will allow the game's fan base to keep growing and sales to keep steady during the whole of 2025 and beyond that, of course. If the sales target is reached, then obviously the game might even see a sequel. The prototype you saw, it was in the second slide potentially, was created by me, exclusively me. Well, except for a few royalty-free sounds and the likes, but it was created entirely by me. But this is the development team. I am the development team. It's me. As you can see by the charming photo here in the nice frame, I am the whole team. Due to this being a very small studio, the money required would be less than you would expect, because really the only staff you have to pay is me and potential freelancers, because for me to create literally every asset, an audio clip and texture, it seems a bit unrealistic. So instead of paying for a studio of 5 to 10 full-time developers, you're just paying for me and whatever money I may need for the freelancers. However, there is a trade-off. Yes, you're paying less for the staff, but it will take longer. It may only take 20 developers a year to make this game, maybe even 6 months, but no, it will take me the full 22 months. This could be fixed by potentially hiring another couple of developers just to speed things along, but for now the studio consists of just me, Pariag. Now, down to the money. The average salary for a game developer in the UK is £25 an hour. I found this based on multiple sources and sort of averages out. Since this is a one-man team and this is mostly a passion project, I would aim for maybe £15 to £20 an hour due to my lack of experience and the work shown. As shown in the earlier roadmap, this should be completed no later than March 2025 for obviously release in April. Based on this, working 5 days a week, 7 hours a day, on say £15 an hour. This comes out to 46,000, just over £46,000 for the 2 year duration of this. Then when you factor in licenses, cost of software, it then we have to include marketing. It does come out to near £70,000, 70 to £90,000 as shown in my business and marketing plan. I don't think this is too big of a ask because of the game, and the game would be priced, I would say roughly, not rough, the game would be priced at $19.99, also included in the marketing plan. $19.99, if you sold 10,000 copies, you're already in profit there. So it's not a very large ask based on the amount of sales. If you were to compare this to Choo Choo Charles, which had basically no funding at the start, and it sold 300,000 copies, I don't feel it's a very big ask.